Hi everybody, it's Nicole from 20 Something Planner. I hope you are all doing well and staying safe. I am just sitting here in my house trying to avoid going out as much as possible. So I'm taking this opportunity to catch up on some Plan With Me's. I'm planning for the week of February 24th in this Plan With Me, and I am using a kit from Planning World. So gorgeous. It's more so a fall kit, but this was the weekend that I spent in the city with my fiance, and it was the only kit that I had that had like a cityscape. So I thought it was appropriate to use. My fiance and I had a lot of fun in the city. We stayed in an Airbnb. It was so cool. It makes me want to go get an apartment in New York. We stayed in the East Village, which was so nice. We really enjoyed it. It's not a big touristy spot. It's very quiet. There are a ton of bars and restaurants in the area. So if you're looking for like a more chill time in the city, instead of like going to like Times Square or Midtown Manhattan, the East Village is a really good spot. We want to go back just because there was so much to check out. We were about a 20-minute Uber ride from the Brooklyn Bridge, so we went over by that part of New York and hung out for the day. It was just a really cool, chill time. I tried to get to a couple of museums, but there wasn't really anything other than like the Museum of Natural History that I wanted to check out, like close to our area. A lot of the museums that I wanted to go to were in like Brooklyn or Queens. The Food and Drink Museum looks so awesome, but I think that was in Brooklyn, and then there was like a botanical one, but again, that was in Queens. So I'm gonna have to plan a trip and maybe stay in Brooklyn so I am closer to the museums that I want to visit. I love museums. I'm such a nerd. I love like hands-on museums too. Anything science related, I am all about. I'm like a very touchy-feely person, so my fiance makes fun of me all the time, but I like interactive museums. Okay, anyways, I put down the bottom washi, I put down my date covers, and now I'm just building my sidebar. Nothing new here. Habit tracker. I do keep a running list of my work hours, and then a random running list of whatever I feel like for the week. This week's Plan With Me is going to be very minimalistic. For whatever reason, I didn't write a ton down in my actual daily planner, so I didn't have much to go off of when I was memory planning this spread. So I ended up really just noting down one or two things in each section of the day. And I actually quite like how it turned out. Sometimes I feel like I put things in my planner just to take up space, but I think maybe next time I will just plan for more simplistic spreads instead of like forcing myself to put something in my planner that I normally wouldn't note in like a memory spread or something like that. So yeah, I kind of just put down my headers as I went on throughout the day, so I didn't do it all ahead of time, which I feel like saves so much time in videos and just in planning in general. So it sped up the process a little bit. Okay, moving on to Monday, I started off with one of the flags that came with the kit. I had kind of like a running list of items I wanted to get done, so I just put down that flag and a scripted work sticker from Letters to Apollo and just listed some of my to-dos alongside that flag. And then when I got home that night, my fiance and I watched Parasite. It was available on demand or something like that, and I had really been dying to see it because a lot of my friends had really good things to say about it, and I ended up really enjoying it. I thought the plot line was so unique and just really different. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. But to mark that, I used a little cozy chair from Papershire. I just recently received an order from her shop. It was the first order that I placed, and oh my gosh, her stickers are so cute, and the quality is really amazing as well. All right, moving on to Tuesday, I noted down that I had a nail appointment, so to mark that, I pulled in one of these. They're not quite half boxes, they're more like third boxes, but they have this really pretty strip of foil on the side, and I love the dual tone of this sticker. Okay, but anyway, I used this to mark my nail appointment, and I just layered a nail polish bottle from Fox and Pip over top of that. And then before that, I had to go pick up receipts from my holiday party that I had at the beginning of the month. We do our holiday party for work, just way delayed, and there was a lot of travel throughout the month of January. So, we did have our company holiday party at the beginning of February, but I needed to go retrieve the receipts for that so I could get reimbursed. Unfortunately, I had to pay for it out of pocket, and then I expense it for my company. But it was really miserable and really raining that day, so I just used an umbrella to mark that I went to go grab the receipts from the restaurant. And then what am I marking here? Oh, my fiance had to do just like a quick overnight trip to his corporate offices. And usually when he does that, he drives because it's just a few hours away. So to mark that, I pulled in the card piece of deco from the kit and layered it over one of those smaller arrows. And I just wrote in underneath that he left for his work trip. He's been traveling a bit recently, which I don't love because although I like my alone time, I don't like being in the house by myself a ton. But this was a quick trip. He was back by the next day, so it was fine. I'm just now putting down everything for Wednesday. Wednesday was kind of funny. I had to conduct a fire drill. It was the first time I'd ever conducted one on my own. But because I work for a surgery center, the state does require that we do quarterly fire drills. So I took care of that on Wednesday, and to mark that, I just used a box with a bow from Fox and Pip. And then I had to do some invoicing related tasks. So to mark that, I pulled in a laptop sticker from, I think that's from, oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue, Planning Roses. And then I layered a little icon from the kit. She now includes mini icons in her kit, which I think are so cute. And they're scalloped. They're really pretty. And then moving back up to the top of Wednesday, I just marked my fiance's return home with a strip of washi for that kit, from the kit, and that car icon is from Simply Watercolor Co. Moving on to the next half of the week, I saved my favorite full box for this day. Oh my gosh, this leopard print full box is everything. I think it is so cool. I'm obsessed with it. But yeah. Okay. So on Thursday, I went with a coworker. There was a leadership boot camp seminar that was about an hour away from us. So we took the trip up, and that lasted all day. So to mark that, I put a half box down vertically. I layered a laptop sticker from Planning Worlds off to the side of that. When I got home that night, I needed to pack. So I've been dying to use these for forever. I've had these for probably a year, and I've never been able to use them, but I just used this backpack from my newest addiction to mark that I packed for our trip into the city because I knew I wasn't going to have time when I got home from work on Friday. I think sometime this week we received our wedding invitations, so I had to print labels for the return envelopes that our guests were going to send the RSVP cards back in. So I had to print labels at work, and I needed to remind myself to do this or else I totally would have forgotten. But to mark that, I pulled in a label from the kit, and that printer sticker is an icon from Crafts by Towie. Talk about her shop all the time. She has the best $2 Tuesdays. She has such a wide variety of icons. Okay, and then I did just want to mark that I was leaving early on Friday so we could get into the city. So to mark that, I used a clock from Tickled Pink Planning. I just realized I pulled the wrong sticker from this paper blush bar travel sheet. That sticker says check out, and I totally meant to pull check in. But I did mark that we checked into our Airbnb. This was my first Airbnb experience, and it was in New York City, so I'm sure it's maybe different than others, but we had to go to this deli to get the key that was held in this lockbox there. Really different, very interesting. But I marked that we checked into our Airbnb, and then we went out to dinner at this really good Greek restaurant in the area. so delicious. I don't think we had a bad meal while we were in the city. I said if I could just become a bottomless pit for this one weekend, I probably would have went to every restaurant in the area and just ate my face off. The owner of the apartment that we rented the Airbnb from gave us a ton of really good suggestions for restaurants and cafes in the area. I really wanted to wake up and just go to a cafe in the morning on Saturday. So when we got up, we went to one of the places that he recommended that was really, really good. Got a coffee, and then I had these like squash pancakes. They were so, so good. But to mark breakfast, I pulled a sticker from a sampler sheet from Papershire. I'm truly obsessed with her stickers. They're so cute. I can't wait to make another order. I'm kind of going out of order here, but I marked that we went to South Street Seaport. So, there's a bunch of like ferries that come into this part of New York, and this is where you could see the Brooklyn Bridge. So I marked that with a third box from the kit, and that map is from the same travel sticker sheet that I pulled from Paper Blush Bar earlier. Somewhere between breakfast and going down to South Street Seaport, we went back to the Airbnb and started, I don't know why we did this, Love is Blind, but we watched like a couple of episodes because we were getting tired and we wanted to rest before we went out again. But what a wild ride that is. But to mark that, I used a TV heart icon from my newest addiction. Sunday was a lot of fun. We met a few people for brunch in the area. We went to this place called Beauty in Essex, which, oh my gosh, again, if you're in the East Village, I recommend that place for brunch. It's really, really cool. They do like family style brunch. But a couple had met us in the city, and then one of our friends who lives in the city also met us for brunch. So to mark brunch, I used a flag from the kit and then a couple of pieces of deco from the kit as well. From there, we kind of just bar hopped and explored the different places that were in the area. It was a lot of fun. We probably stayed in the city way later than we should have, but when we got home, I really just wanted to chill out, so I ended up just reading for a bit and then going to bed early. But to mark that, I used a Fox and Pip Girl. And that is the entirety of this spread and plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this more simplistic spread. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it looks really beautiful with a little bit less clutter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But I thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will chat with you guys in my next plan with me. Bye, everyone.